think we protect ourselves by changing the language. We protect ourselves by protecting ourselves.
Let me ask you this, because you and I discuss politics often. We're good friends. We share very similar values: social issues, economic issues, national security issues, immigration issues, energy issues. We agree on a lot of things. And when I ask you about Barack Obama, I have a sense of urgency that if we don't act now on stopping his socialist economic agenda, this country is going to have a very difficult time recovering. If we don't act now and get the urgency about America's enemies and borders, we're going to have a really tough time in the future. You have been a little bit more willing than me to give him a little bit more slack, but I think he is making catastrophic mistakes that we're all going to pay for. Why do we have that difference, considering we agree on so much?
Well, I think, Sean, when you consider, look at Jimmy Carter, look at President Clinton.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I don't think that he's a socialist. I think he believes that we should have more taxes. I believe we should have fewer taxes. He believed that stem cell research is okay.
Well,
I would like to see more emphasis on adult stem cell. So I think there's a difference of philosophy that could be 180 from each other, but at the same time, I think that's an ideology that he stated pretty clearly during the course of his campaign.
Isn't that a socialist agenda? Look, if they want to mandate what executive pay is going to be, even for companies that don't get bailouts, if they want the right to take over companies that aren't even getting bailouts, if they want to maybe nationalize banks, if they're going to spend trillions and trillions of dollars, more debt than all the debt accumulated from George Washington to George W. Bush, that's socialism to me. You don't see that as socialism?
Well, I think it's Sean. I think it's big government. I wrote a column over the last weekend, and saying that we have big business. Some in big business whose virtues are just as bad as big government. So I think when you have a lack of oversight, when you have almost nationalizing these banks, government-run health care, I just think that's the wrong policy. Whatever people want to call it is up to them. I just say it's bad policy. I have my models and the way I would do it, and it would be totally different than what the president's trying to do, but they didn't elect me president.
But by the way, if you run for president, I'd support